All right, everybody, welcome back to Charlotte, North Carolina. Here on Netcast Sports, you're watching the 2016 Immaculate Training International Pro Basketball Showcase. I am Marcus Shockley with Netcast Sports. And up next, we have Team France taking on Team Italy. Those are the names of the team on your roster sheet. France will be wearing the home whites for this one, and Italy will be wearing the road blues. And I will get you caught up to speed in just a minute where the teams go over just a bit of changes, and coaches get a last few minutes to talk over some strategy with their players. Some players to watch in this one will be 81 Lewis Kraft for Italy, and number 97 Antonio Robinson also for Italy, and number 85 Jamal Curry for France in the white. And we've got several other guys, so we'll get all into that in just a moment. Once again, you're watching the Immaculate Training 2016 Pro Basketball Showcase here on Netcast Sports. 18-minute halves, mostly a running clock with stoppages in play for fouls and timeouts. So pretty fast pace, pretty fast moving, and we also will get into some of the free throw situation in just a second. And we're off. So, of course, I need to tell you a couple of quick things as we get started here. The scoreboard that you see on your screen is not the official scoreboard. We just do our best to keep it in sync with the scoreboard in the gym. And finally, free throws. Free throws count 1 for 2. And that's the first three ball of the game right away as Blue, a.k.a. Italy, opens up the scoring. You can see that three-point line on the floor. The dotted line is the official three-point line, as close to the international line as we can get since these guys are playing international pro ball. Ball being worked around early. There's Lewis Kraft. He hands off to Joshua Cole. Back inside to Kraft. Kraft wants to post up, turns around, spins back to his left. Shot no good. Battle for the rebound, out of bounds, and that is going to be a turnover. And over to White. So France wearing that home white, still looking to score. Shot on the outside, no good by Anthony Hallman. Tough going inside. Ball over the baseline will stay with White. The road team now still defending. And that just tough pass. Looks like that's going to be a turnover on the inbounds, and we're going the other way. And there's a foul on the floor. That's going to be a shooting foul. Now, let's break into this a little bit. As Amar Farouk for Blue will go to the line, the 5'10" guard. A little bit about this is like I said, 1 for 2. Sometimes if the shot goes, they'll give them the and one automatically. They don't have to take the extra shot. And sometimes if they are fouled in the act of shooting, say, from the three-point line, then that magically becomes a 1 for 3 situation with that free throw. So that can work out pretty well. It'll be a little bit of a wrinkle. But the idea here is to keep the pace of the game going and flowing so guys can actually see, the scouts that are here in the building can see how these guys look during gameplay. There's Dominic Reed in the quarter. One hands it in the inside. Shot rims out, rebounded by Lewis Kraft. He goes right back up with it, but no good. And now we're going the other way. So they're going to, that's the first basket for White. They're going to give them the points and the basket. So that's one of those and one situations. Just giving you a little bit of insight in case you haven't been watching the previous games today. You can understand the scoring a little bit better. Shot no good by Antonio Robinson, the big 6'4" point guard. Another and one, and all the points for White so far have come on and one opportunities. Another turnover outside there. So Blue having a little bit of trouble in some of their perimeter passing early, but there's a long way to go in this one. So I'm sure the guys will get a chance to rectify some of the things, some of the sloppy play early for them. Drive under two strong, rebounded by Antonio Robinson. He starts the break, and that's knocked out of bounds on the far side. Takes out the official Immaculate Training sponsor signs and affiliation signs. We got a timeout on the floor. So as I said, you're watching the 2016 Immaculate Training Pro International Pro Exposure Camp here on Netcast Sports. You can watch this game on demand on netcastsports.com. Coming to you live from Charlotte, North Carolina, here at Hickory Ridge High School, just north of Charlotte, technically, just a bit southeast of UNC Charlotte. You can follow us on Twitter at Netcast Sports. Once again, I am Marcus Shockley. You can follow me on Twitter at M_Shockley if you want to know what I'm doing. But if you want to know what Netcast Sports is doing, follow them on Twitter. And they will give you all the updates for upcoming games and changes in schedule and any announcements as updates are released. Be sure to check that out. A lot of good stuff coming up this summer. They've got the IWFL football championship. We've got the Triad Pro-Am Summer League. We've got some AAU basketball. We've got, what else is coming up? The CP3 Rising Stars in August. We'll probably be involved in that. So that's Chris Paul's, one of Chris Paul's camps. And even more things coming up that I can't tell you about just yet. Some great, exciting stuff coming up on Netcast Sports. So be sure to tune in. Check out the sign up for that mailing list while you're out there. You definitely lots of good stuff on there. No, give you that free cord cutters guide for the sports fan. So looks like we are adjusting here quickly for the scorekeepers. So here, let me give you a little insight. And this is exactly where the problem is. So the clock right now is continuing to run here in the gym. But they stopped it momentarily. And technically it should be stopped right now because he's shooting a free throw. So it's a little tough for some of the in-game scorekeepers because they are used to regular rules. And some of us are used to these showcase rules and everything. It's pretty easy to adapt. But sometimes if you're a scoreboard operator and you're used to every stoppage and all that kind of stuff, it can be quick to kind of lose track of what's going on. So we'll try not to be too hard on the big dunk at the inside there. Nice. Puts home team back up by one. Back and forth early here. Kraft just inside the circle. His shot no good, but batted up and in. And the lead changes hands again. Deep outside shot, three ball, good. And you gotta love the scoring energy from both of these teams early in this one. Ball knocked out, and that looks like it's going to stay on this end of the floor. Ball knocked away, turnover. Break didn't materialize as well as they would have liked, but good patience there by number 52, Christopher Calvin. Deep corner ball here. Antonio Robinson decides to take it. Rims out, rebounded by Kraft. He got that ball back up quickly, but was unable to finish it. Now it's going the other way. Josh Beck now bringing the ball up, number 70, the 6'2" guard. Little in and out dribble. Gives it up to Christopher Calvin. Calvin drove on Reed. Turnover going the other way and score. Good bucket for Blue there. Cuts that lead down to 2. With under 10 to play already here in the first half. Shot no good. Deep outside shot is good for Amar Farouk. And that puts his team back up by 1. Farouk has had a good camp as well. 5'10", listed at 5'10" guard. Showed a good scoring touch, ability to shoot from outside, as you saw right there, and an ability to drive to the basket. Hook shot, good. Neither team wanting to give up that lead for very long. Farouk, and he's going to be called for the offensive foul, I believe. Robinson, no look pass up to Reed. Reed travel with the ball. You know, that's a tough call on him because the player fell, the defender fell, and it was under Reed's feet. And of course, Reed doesn't want to just trample the other guy, and that forced him to take steps. Tough call against him, but it is what it is. So as we near the 8-minute mark here in the first half, 15-14 in favor of France, wearing the home whites. Nice shot runs out. Big rebound right in traffic there by Lewis Kraft, the 6'10" big. Running shot, no good. Lost his footing there, rebounded by Reed. Now we're going the other way. Home team gets back, finds Reed, cutting through the middle, and score. It's Dominic Reed, the 6'6" forward. And just like that, his team's back up by 1. This is just a seesaw game right now, back and forth, every team trading the lead back and forth. David Houghton unable to score, set the pick, took the ball, went up, got his own rebound and puts it back in good, and gets the and one. It's a nice play by David Houghton, number 94, and that gives his team a 2-point lead now. They've been trading that 1-point lead back and forth. So Houghton's gritty play, first setting the pick and then receiving on the end of the pick and roll, going for the shot, getting his own rebound, going back up. Nice play by Houghton. And now we're going the other way. Anthony Holman trying to drive that one. Hasn't quite got started yet in this one. Just like that, tied up again. Tight ball game in this one so far. First half has been a nip and tuck affair. Beck driving, Josh Beck. And I believe that could be a shooting foul. It is, and as I said, so now we are, just keeping up with the clock here. Clock continuing to run. So I don't know if that's been a conscious decision that's been made. Here's Antonio Robinson. Reed stops right inside that circle, and his shot no good, but rebound and put back up in the end. And Blue now with the 2-point lead. Oh, nice finish. That's got to be an and one. And that's what they give him. So that puts his team back up by one. White now up by one. Both teams finding scoring relatively easy here in the last few minutes. Jamal Curry over the top, shot no good. That's a 1-on-4 break and score. And that is definitely going to call for a timeout. I could see why. 24-21. Italy up by 3. About 4.5 left to go here in the first half. All right. So you're watching, as I said, the Immaculate Training International Pro Exposure Camp for 2016 here from Charlotte, North Carolina. We're coming to you from Hickory Ridge High School here on Netcast Sports. I am Marcus Shockley. As we reset here for just a few minutes. Halftime runs about 2 minutes. And we will step away and come right back for the second half. You'll watch these games on demand on netcastsports.com. We appreciate everybody joining us here today. Beautiful day in North Carolina. We're going to step away for just a moment as teams talk things over. Referees are saying, let's get this thing going. See James Blackburn down there coaching Team White, a.k.a. Team France. So as the clock winds down towards the end of the first half here, both of these teams are probably trying to look to run a little offense. They've figured out that they're pretty evenly matched, at least so far. So now they want to figure out what can work for them consistently. They've got some stuff working on the offensive end. The defensive end is where they want to start making some headway. And 3 guys for Blue collapse inside there. Kraft and Farouk and Dominic Reed. But unfortunately, even after they got the ball, it was knocked out of bounds. So staying with White on this end. David Houghton now looking to work against Lewis Kraft. Drives up, no good. Or maybe that was a pass. And he's going to draw the foul. And the clock is going to continue to run. So we're going to go with it. Looks like right now we're just going running clock. No big deal. 1 for 2 here. No good, but Houghton rebounds it and puts it up and in, so that's good. White cuts that lead back down to 1. Cohen looked like he was trying to go inside to Kraft, but no good. Here we got Hallman had a three-point opening, but the gap closed. Now here's Curry on the outside. His shot no good. Antonio Robinson over to Kraft. Joshua Cohen now. Back to Robinson. Here we got a, I don't know if this is a fast break opportunity, but he's going to keep it. No good. Curry with the rebound, spins, blocked, and that's going to draw the foul. So now they've stopped the clock under 2 minutes, which I think was originally the plan from last year. So I'm not trying to over-comment on the clock, just trying to give you guys an understanding if you might be wondering what's going on. But anyway, back in action here. Hallman with the rebound. Had a streaking Houghton, and he finds him and dunk by David Houghton. Good find by Anthony Hallman as David Houghton just took off down the floor. And Hallman used those point guard skills to find him on the move. Recognized him in traffic. Farouk, turn, spin. Hallman got a hand on it. Kicks it out. Robinson's got a wide open three ball, and he drills that one. Here's Terry Rogers, the third, running point, number 67. Nice little behind the back move to get away from Kraft, and then unfortunately with the turnover. So we're getting stoppages of play, normal stoppages of play now under 2 minutes. Reed spins away from trouble. Finds Kraft. Kraft's got a wide open look at the basket. No good. Rebounded by Houghton. Go the other way. Robinson. Farouk driving. Rebounds in the air and puts it right back up. No good, and that's going to be out of bounds. I thought I heard somebody say timeout, and yep. Yep, it looks like we got a timeout on the floor. So we're just going to step away for just a minute while the teams talk things over. We'll be back momentarily. So about half a minute left here in the half. Both teams talk things over briefly. Here we go. 5.2 on the clock, 27-25 in favor of the Road Blues. Italy, Team Italy. And that's going to send Josh Beck to the line. This could tie things up right before the half if he hits this. And that's exactly what he does. Farouk, deep shot, no good, and that's going to do it for the half. We'll be back in just a moment. All right, we're back after that brief respite for the half, about 2 minutes, and now 18 minutes set up for the second half of this one. You're watching Team France in the home whites against Team Italy in the Road Blues here at the 2016 Immaculate Training Pro International Exposure Camp. I am Marcus Shockley with Netcast Sports. And right now, neither team has been able to establish control back and forth all during that first half. Here's Dominic Reed. Hands off the ball to Farouk. Farouk, deep shot, good. That one barely moved the net, and they're going to give them a 3 ball for that one, I think. Oh, trap in the backcourt out here. It pays off, and here's Farouk driving and score. Hallman, deep shot, no good. There's Robinson. Antonio Robinson picks the ball up. So Italy comes out firing early here in this one. They quickly take a 7-point lead. They score the first 7 points of the second half. And now France has got to figure out how to react. Antonio Robinson. Kraft setting a pick for Robinson, but Robinson decides to give it up to Reed. Now Reed hands it off to Farouk. Farouk driving. Lost the handle momentarily. He's going to go in to back it out. He's calling for a pick now by Kraft. And Farouk wanted to go back to Kraft on the pick and roll, and Kraft didn't realize it. And Houghton gets a breakaway after that steal and a slam. And that's going to be White. Their first bucket of the second half. Kraft. Good look. Didn't just swing the ball. Actually waited patiently and then found the guy on the bounce pass on the inside. But White ended up still hold strong on defense. Going the other way. A lot of guys slipping out there. A little worried about moisture if that's going to be a problem. Here's Houghton. Fake drive, no good. Houghton comes up with the rebound. He gets it to the outside. Now down in the corner. That 3 ball is good by Christopher Calvin. So now White putting together a little run, and they've cut that lead back down to 2, just like that. Jamal Curry with a rebound. They're really trying to push the ball. Sometimes the pass ahead is getting a little away from them, but Here's Curry driving, and he gets a hard foul. It's going to send him to the line. And with this shot, Jamal Curry has a chance to erase that early 7-point lead that that Italy jumped out to right after the half. And if he hits this, it'll close that gap all the way. That is exactly what he does. Now Curry with the rebound. He's had a big stretch here the past few minutes. Tried to thread the needle with that one, unsuccessful. There's Farouk bringing the ball up. Finds Reed, inside Reed with the spinning move, no good, rebounded by Curry. Curry cleans up everything. And just like that, that 7-point deficit that Italy jumped out to is gone. And now France back up by 2. Farouk back to Kraft. Flips the ball over to Joshua Cohen. Here's Antonio Robinson. His shot is good. I think that's going to be a 2-ball. And just like that, actually, they're going to give him the 3. So that puts his team back up at 1. There's a rebound by Robinson. Here he is in transition, but wasn't able to get the handle, so that ends up that White is able to come back and stop that break. Farouk, deep shot. That misses everything as Houghton grabs the rebound out of the air. Got a timeout on the floor. Both teams are going to talk things over. So now both teams have had a chance to talk things over. We're going to get back underway in just a moment here in the second half. About 11 and a half to play here. And, you know, at both teams, it looked like right after the half that Italy was going to jump out there to a quick lead, but France came storming back. And now they did take the lead briefly, but now they trail by 1. Tough play under the basket there. So that's going to send Joshua Cohen to the line, the 6'3" guard, wearing number 101 for today's action. Rebound by Houghton. There's an empty trip to the line for Cohen. Beck with a nice little spin move to get away from two defenders, but Dominic Reed was waiting for them. It's almost like they set up an entire defense just to stop Josh Beck on that play. As they sent two defenders to the outside, he spun away from those guys, got inside, and Dominic Reed was just waiting back there to block the shot. Kind of a crazy set. Are we back? All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry, I think we had a momentary blip there in our video feed, but we're back. I do apologize. Level set here. We're under 9 minutes left to go. Blue up by 3. Now up by 5. So now we've had 2 times in this half where Blue has been able to get up a little bit of a lead. This is the second time this one, so let's see what happens. Can they build on this lead? Can White cut it back? Here's Antonio Robinson, deep outside shot. That is good. That really looked good. Coming off of his wrist. And that's going to call a timeout. Prompt a timeout. Here at the Immaculate Training International Pro Showcase here for 2016. Here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Beautiful day outside here in North Carolina. As I've said, we appreciate everybody joining us. You can watch this on demand on netcastsports.com. I want to let you guys know that now we've got a minute. Let's talk about, if you go to the website, netcastsports.com, you can actually check out, they've got the cord cutters, the ultimate cord cutters guide. If you're a cord cutter, meaning you don't want cable anymore, or whatever it is you don't want, and you want to get your live sports, whatever that sport may be, cricket, football, lacrosse, what have you. Netcast Sports has put together a free guide for you to be able to find and at least explain your options and how you might be able to get some of your sports. Nothing illegal, nothing piracy or anything like that. Just basically a guide, an up-to-date guide on how you might be able to stream your favorite sports. So that's for free on the website. Just jump on there and pick that up. No cost, no strings attached, no obligation. It's a good deal. You can't beat free for high quality information. So we've got 8:08 left in this one. We're back underway. Robinson with the steal. But then got in trouble on turnover, and Houghton is able to track it down before it goes out of bounds. Now Hallman's going to hold it up and wait for his teammates before kicking into the offense. Drive, teardrop, no good. Rebound by Houghton. Houghton seems to be just everywhere here the last couple of plays. And that keeps his team within striking distance. Houghton again on the inside. Cuts his deficit to 4. And now a turnover. Blue a little frustrated. They're like, those are just mental errors that we don't want to see. You know, we're running up the court. We got a 4-point lead. You know that they've just scored back-to-back buckets on us. Let's not just throw the ball out of bounds. You know, but these guys are pros. They're gonna get that together. Curry now. Wants to go inside the Hawk, but he's covered up pretty well. Now Curry wants to work against Kraft. Kraft moves his feet well. Ball slapped away, but Curry tracks it down. Big 3-ball on the outside. I'm not sure what the call was there. I have no idea what's happening here. Somebody's pad came off. All right, so we're going to get everything adjusted and straightened out here in just a moment. So they've awarded a few seconds for that stop play just a moment ago. Antonio Robinson's shot no good. We've got some adjustments they're making to the clock here, or to the scoreboard, so we'll get that straightened out too. I believe we're all synced up now. We got to travel inside. Just about 5 minutes left to play here in this one. So just like that, Blue has led most of this half, but they've seen their 2 sizable leads. I wouldn't say big leads, but you know, the biggest leads of the game, they've seen those evaporate twice now. Big block by Lewis Kraft. Kicks it out to Robinson. Robinson driving, little Euro step, scoops and score by Antonio Robinson. That was a nice play. Not only was that entire play from end to end was nice. Kraft with the big block without the foul. Then the outlet pass to Robinson cutting down the floor, and then Robinson stepping between 2 players with a Euro step and a scoop and score. And now a big 3 bucket on the outside. And we're all knotted up after all that. Reed. Dominic Reed has really looked strong anywhere around the basket today. Good frame, maybe with a bang. Not really a traditional power forward in build. Looks more like a small forward, but showing a lot of ability to play inside. Now Houghton cutting through and scoring. And neither team wanting to relinquish the lead. Now under 4 minutes left to go. Now these teams, it's anybody's ball game. Here's Robinson driving to his left, kicks back to his right. Over to Cohen, now feeds inside to Reed. Reed starts to dribble, loses the handle, picked up by Houghton. Now here he goes, all alone and scored. Dunk by David Houghton. And that puts his team up by 2. So David Houghton for White, also known as Team France, has been the man of the match so far. Like just in the second half at least, he's really been the engine for his team. Now here's Robinson. Robinson this time drives to his right, skip pass, or skip and then pass. Out to Farouk. Farouk can score the ball, gets it up to Reed. Now here's Farouk, deep shot outside, too short. Houghton with the rebound. That's at least 2 rebounds now where Houghton has just been in the right place for a complete air ball. And Jamal Curry with the step through and score. Lewis Kraft didn't get back in time, and Curry took advantage of it. And now White up by 4. Over the top, tried to find a cutting Kraft, no good, broken up on the inside, and now we're going the other way. Drive, kick to the outside. Stolen by Robinson. We're closing in on 2 minutes left, so Blue would really like to get a bucket here. These will be crucial points that would keep this game very manageable. Inside to Reed. Reed just working the glass on that one. And that's exactly what they wanted. So now under 2 to play. White in no hurry as Hallman walks it up. Being picked up by Farouk. I'm sorry, not Hallman. Terry Rogers. Curry, kind of a wild shot. Rebounded by Houghton, and the bucket. That is a big time bucket again by Houghton. He's just doing yeoman's work in this one. He's been the story of the second half. His team now out by 4. Actually, they're going to award him that and 1, so his team up by 5. So that makes his contribution even bigger. Rogers in the open floor, takes the bumps but keeps his dribble alive. Now calling out a play. There's Curry, he shows, then drops off. Houghton, he comes up. Sets a pick and then drives. Pick and roll, but doesn't materialize. Kickback, here's Houghton. Drive, and that's going to be a blocking foul into the basket. We've got under a minute to play here. And that last 2 minutes went in a hurry when White just basically put David Houghton put the team on his back and just scored 2-3 quick buckets. And that made a big shift all of a sudden right here at the end. And that's going to send Terry Rogers the third to the line for the first time in this one. And these are big points. But not able to get it. But Houghton with the rebound. Now over to Rogers and a foul on the outside. Oh no, we got a timeout on the floor. So about half a minute to play, unless they make some sort of adjustment here, and then we're going to wrap it up. So appreciate you guys joining us for this one. This has been Team France wearing the home whites, taking on Team Italy wearing the road blues here at the Immaculate Training 2016 International Pro Exposure Camp here on Netcast Sports. And we're going to step away for just a moment as these guys talk it over, then come back for the last 30 minutes of action, and we'll see if Blue can come up with something here and pull a rabbit out of a hat and score a couple of quick buckets. All right, so we are back. Let's get a level set here. 55 to 50, 32 seconds on the clock. Unless they adjust here in just a moment. We're looking in there, checking things over. But that's going to do it for the game. 5-point lead. And White has the ball, so they could almost run this out. No foul. Terry Rogers with the ball. Farouk trying to get the steal, and he gets in with a double dribble. Good defense by Farouk. There's Joshua Cohen. Looking to drive. Kraft came out, showed. Nothing materialized. Oh, dive on the floor. White's got the ball. This could do it. Beck. Back to Houghton, and that's a very fitting dunk for David Houghton, who has been the man of the match, the man of the game for this second half, and pretty much the game, and that's going to wrap it up. Although actually our clock has been reset, so we're going to have to adjust just a bit. The time continues to wind down, and White, they don't need to score at this point. And that's going to do it. So we appreciate you guys joining us. That's going to wrap it up. We'll see you for the next game.